Share my screen real quick. That's the wrong thing. All right, welcome everyone to the first meeting of the semester for January 18th, 2022. I hope everyone had a really good day today. Definitely feels different, but I'm glad to be back. Let's just hope that the semester goes well. I want to wish everyone the best of luck with all your classes. Okay, so today what we have prepared is we're going to be talking about, again, a little bit of the COVID protocol, shout outs, some announcements and deadlines, sub-team updates, and then at the end, questions. So just a little reminder about the SCR COVID protocol. Basically what we want everyone to please do throughout the semester or while the cases are still very high is to please present a negative test every 14 days to be able to attend a lab or any in-person SCR events. So there's Curative at UH where you can get tested on campus. If anyone needs the link, we can send it on the Discord. It's pretty easy to sign up and it takes only a few seconds. You can just go there, take your test, and then just message either the sub-team leads or Goose and I privately, and we'll keep track of it. Whenever the deadline for your next test is coming up, I'll send you a reminder message. Any tests are allowed for COVID. Sorry about the mistake there. There's no preferences on what tests, so just let us know and we'll mark that down. And remember, masks at all times at the lab, please. And there is a 6-person lab limit for all the labs. The only exception is going to be avionics. Since they have 2 sub-team leads, they get to have 7 people in there. And that only counts for AIAA members. So if there's already 6 AIAA members in there and someone else walks in that's not part of AIAA, it does not count. So just message Gustavo or me for any questions. And remember, I guess safety is our number 1 priority. So we want to just reduce, any infections, anything. So shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Tala this week for being a great propulsion lead and a great AIAA secretary last semester. Now, unfortunately, this semester she will be stepping down as sub-team lead, but I'm really happy for her and everything that she has going. Someone else will be taking over that spot, and we're going to be meeting up with them later this week, trying to figure out how the meetings are going to work, what are we going to be doing with propulsion. But yeah, thank you so much, Tala, for your great work. She'll still be around though. She'll still be a member of propulsion, just not sub-team lead. Also, a shout out to Omar for being a great president of AIAA recently, since I guess the project manager and the chief engineer have become officers. We've been in closer contact with the AIAA and AIAA, I guess, runs all our fundings. So thank you, Omar. And then another shout out for Brandon from Structures for taking initiative, and Structures always working hard, always being there. Thank you for that. And then I'm gonna give a shout out to Caffeine. Why am I giving a shout out to Caffeine is because I feel like a lot of us will need it throughout the semester with all our classes. Next up, some announcements and deadlines for the week. So for Zenith, new semester means that we do have new meeting times. So if you want to be added to the sub-team lead, if you want to be added to the sub-team lab and meeting times on Google Calendar, I can send that to you. I'll add you there, send me a message, and then I'll add you. And then you'll be able to see exactly when the meetings are, when people are going to be at the lab, just so you can keep track of it. You'll see how it looks in the following slide. Also, something I want to bring up today too is the Hearn launch. So if y'all don't know, Tripoli is this organization that is, I guess you can say, a rocketry organization that hosts launches twice a month, two different locations. This Saturday, they're gonna have a launch. So if you want to launch your L1, or if you want to just see people launch the L1s, you can RSVP and let us know that you're going. The link is on the Discord channel. We'll resend it again after this meeting. Basically what it is we just drive down there to one of the locations. This one's up north. It's kind of close to where A&M is. We'll have a few of the members going, driving, and it's, if you're not launching your L1, you're basically going there to hang out, get to know the members. We still advise for this though to have tested negative in the last 14 days if you want to go. But I do want to encourage everyone to go. I unfortunately cannot make it since I will be working, but I know that Gustavo will be going. A bunch of the hobby rocketry people will be going. So yeah, sign up. I think it'll be fun. And then also another announcement is IA Coding's visit. I know we mentioned last week that we had visited 2 weeks ago, and we were able to get sponsorship for our paint job again. So very thankful for them. There's going to be another visit tomorrow around noon. There are limited spots available. If you want to go, if you might need a ride or anything, message Gustavo. If interested, it's going to be first come, first serve. So if more than like a certain amount of people want to go, we'll have to do like a cutoff. Basically, what you're going to be looking at is all the work that IA Coatings is doing there. Specifically tomorrow, Tracy, who manages the property there, he has a lot of work that he has done for SpaceX, the Boring Company, a lot more. So it's some pretty cool stuff they got in there. So if you want to go and just, I guess, have a mini field trip tomorrow, let us know. And then one final announcement as far as general meetings go is next week, we want to have like a game night after the meeting. So if y'all want to just socialize online on the Zoom, you will be welcome to stay. We'll be playing some games and just trying to relax, I guess, unwind from our day. So please stay after. Next week, we'll have a lot more information how that works next week. And then just something else I want to bring up is if you haven't been active throughout the winter, don't worry, it's totally fine. We all get on that break mode and there's no problem with that. So just attend the meetings throughout the week. We'll be updating everyone what we've been doing, but just in a short summary of what's been happening over the last few weeks is we just been finalizing everything. We have made a lot of decisions. We have bought a few things already. For example, the airframes have already been purchased. I know structures be talking a lot more of what they've been doing, but we're getting to that phase now where things are gonna be moving on into hands-on territory. So once we get all these materials into the lab, y'all be able to go work on things hands-on. But this brings me now to how the sub-team meetings and sub-team lab times look right now. I am missing a few of the meetings here that have already been sent to me. For example, analysis already told me their times. I need to update it. But if you want to be subscribed to this, I'll just add you through your email and you'll be able to see exactly when the meetings are. And then if you don't want to see them in your Google Calendar, you can also just uncheck them to your left. But that brings us now to sub-team leads. First off, analysis.
Hello, everyone. Hope you had a good first day back. For analysis this week, we will be having no official labs. So I do ask that you please get tested as soon as possible and DM me your negative results. But I will be going in tomorrow from 6 to 8. So you are welcome to attend with a negative test in the past 14 days. We also decided on our second lab time, which will be Mondays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And our online meeting time is Tuesdays, 6 to 7 p.m. right before the general meeting. Some upcoming tasks and projects. We hope to have a fin shape decision made by next Monday, and then the corresponding FinFlutter analysis by next Friday. And then some of the new projects we've been thinking about for the upcoming semester. One exciting thing is helping out with physical testing and also looking at making a scale model of Zenith to use in the wind tunnel and hopefully help us out with our understanding and learning of drag and fluid flow. And then also a Zenith data sheet with justification, just so that when spaceport comes up, we're able to look at different components of Zenith, such as the material of the airframe is fiberglass for this reason, or we use this screw in this spot for this reason, and helping everyone learn, I think, more about why we chose what we did and keeping that all in one place. Yeah.
Thank you, Ravi. All right, next up is avionics.
Thank you. We have purchased our accelerometer. An image of what that looks like is there on the right. We are simply waiting on the rest of the sub teams to get their orders or their items purchased so that we can continue to do ours. We will be having no in-person or virtual meetings this week for avionics. We wanted to use this time to incentivize our members to get those COVID test results completed. Once you have that negative result, please inform either me or Raj so we can get you in the lab as soon as possible. We have finalized our lab times. Starting next week, we will be having our virtual meetings on Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m., our in-person meetings on Thursday from 4 to 7, and we will be focusing on finalizing the avionics tray prototype, the CAD design for the avionics tray, and code for ground station. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, payload.
Hi everyone, I hope you all had a good first day. I'm glad to have the team back, some active members. That being said, our new lab time is Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Our meeting time and our additional lab time is to be determined. Please, I will be sending out a new when to meet, so fill that out. And if you can get tested and send me those results. I want to give a special shout out to Joe from Avionics. I reached out to her about the camera just for some confirmations and some advice. She advised that the Raspberry Pi wasn't a good idea, and after further meeting with Irvin and Gustavo, I called some meetings with the team. We went over the spaceport recommended cameras, and ultimately we decided to save money and go with the GoPro from last year. With that being said, we have an emphasis, like a further emphasis on error prevention and our picture clarity. The money not spent is being redirected towards magnification lenses. And also we're trying our best to avoid any possible technical difficulties because I know that was our biggest worry. And we will be ensuring proper math and placement towards camera and lens focus. We're shooting for a 400 times magnification. On the right there is a picture of the lenses from last year. Like always, our whole objective is to improve on last year's design and make it more efficient and effective. We're going with the same frame, so our new designs will be for the interior components and to best secure our equipment. We're having additions to stabilize and dampen vibrations. So those rubber grommets on the right were Drew's idea, and then they will also be talking to other engineers and other people to see our best way to install everything. Our purchase order is in soon. So within the next 10 days, we'll be looking at research and finalizations on everything. Then we will order everything, hopefully they'll come in. And the next thing happens is hands-on experimenting and assembly. Again, efficiency and effectiveness is our big focus once we start getting everything together. Okay, thanks.
Cool. Propulsion.
Right. So as Irvin mentioned, this is probably going to be the last time I do speak on behalf of propulsion. So here goes. As far as this past week, we did choose a new vendor. So we are no longer going with Wildman Rocketry. We are going with Animal Motor Works, which is good because currently they have our motor and all the necessary hardware in stock both now and in the summer. So right now our plan is kind of, as of right now, is to buy both, but have the hardware shipped to here. And so we are currently going through the motions of finalizing that purchase. And as far as our lab times go, that's still being determined until we sort out some like organizational level things, just to see how the sub team is going to look like this semester. But Yeah, other than that, we're almost done for our Zenith checklist. So that was all for propulsion.
Thank you, Tala. We're gonna miss you. Recovery.
Hello, everyone. I hope everybody had a great first day. But going over the recovery updates, I guess there's really not that many updates. The recovery recap video has been published, and I forgot to include the link in the presentation here. But if anybody's interested, you can DM me, and I will gladly send it to you if you want to kind of just see what we did last semester. But part of that was updating some documentation. So the bill of materials and the consolidated weights, they are up to date. And one of the things that recovery would like to do is like weigh every single thing that's gonna go in Zenith. Maybe that's going to be like a collab with analysis or something. We'll see. But I think that would be a great idea, just to make sure that all of our descent rates are as precise as they can be. Anyhow, we also started working on the purchase orders for all of the things we need to buy. The weekly labs are going to be Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And upcoming is just finishing the purchase orders and continue working on the ground test procedures. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Next up, structures.
Hi everyone. So pretty much this week we determined that we're sticking with pretty much the same lab time, just moving it a little bit earlier. So we're meeting at 6 o'clock on Fridays. Our main things right now are the boat tail, MMM, and bulkheads. As far as the boat tail goes, we're trying to figure out if we can get a 3D printed model as opposed to going the wood method, since, as I think I might have mentioned last week, the machinist is no longer available to us. I know that Easton agreed to do the motor block for us, so we have that covered, and we're starting to look into processes to how we can use a print instead of the wood, and then working on like full presentation for the step-by-step process that we're expecting. As far as the MMM goes, Randy had pitched us a new idea that we still need to look more into. We'll be discussing it more this Friday. This is just kind of a new development for us. And as far as the bulkheads go, I think we determined that we might actually be able to use the old bulkheads after, of course, determining with recovery, avionics, and payload to make sure that the current hole placements to see what needs to be sealed and what is still going to be good for everyone. And then also just in the process of updating the bill of materials to accommodate for the new MMM that we're considering, and just kind of finalizing the plans for the rest of the semester.
Thank you, Haley. And that's all we have. I don't know if you wanted to, if you had any updates too, Goose.
Oh, that just about covers it all.
All right. Well, if y'all have any questions, y'all can email us at these emails, so you can also message us on Discord for any of your questions. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and stop recording.